Salute, salute. Welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. I'm your host, Big Fruit, the Michael Jordan of recording, also known as the voice of the streets, but better known as the glue, because I like to keep things together and keep them in a proper perspective. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there on this throwback Thursday night? Yeah, it's a throwback Thursday night. The Knicks is at home at the Garden, playing for dear life tonight. Go Knicks. You know what I'm saying? I wish y'all well. But other than that, in other New York news, I just want to say a major shout out to Boxing Ball. Y'all know who he be. The YouTube fame, Boxing Ball versus Mano. Boxing Ball, the guy who cut Mano. Boxing Ball, the guy who got beef with Mano. Y'all already know what it is, right? I mean, Ball was going through some things for the past few years. Ball's been incarcerated for a couple homicides. And as of late, I've been informed that he has been convicted on all 7 counts. Let me get this right and exact. Free Ball. Free Boxing Ball. Let me get this right. Shout out to France. That's the fam. You know what I'm saying? France let me know it's a fact. He blew the all 7 counts. You know what I'm saying? And this is sad, bro. It's sad. I spoke to the General, Free Mo Dog. I spoke to the General Mo Dog the other day, man, and he let me know New York State Department of Corrections is finished. The New York State prison system is finished. That shit is death. And for Barr to be convicted of those 3 or all 7 counts for those homicides, and to think that in August, when he gets sentenced, they're going to put him away for the rest of his life. It's just a sad day, you know what I'm saying? And like I always told you, man, I'm always caught in between the middle of shit, you know what I'm saying? Boxing Ball was the homie, you know what I'm saying? That's the comrade. You know, when that shit with him and Mano was all on YouTube, I found myself in the middle of that shit, trying to rectify that shit and get Ball to calm down, you know what I'm saying? Because Ball the homie, and he was looking crazy on YouTube, taking shots at Mano, hoping motherfuckers like Whack 100 to throw him a couple of dollars in his situation. And I was telling him, man, you bugging, you looking crazy. And don't none of the homies want to see you go out like that. And right now, it's just a hurtful feeling to know he jammed up like that. You know what I'm saying? So free Boxing Ball, real talk. Free Boxing Ball. And free Mo Dog, man, real talk, man. Free all the comrades that's locked up in 2025. Free Deluxe. You know what I'm saying? Word. Those are the homies. Free Mitchie Love. You know how we do. The boys. You know what I'm saying? Free the homies. But y'all see the title, right? Leaving dudes where they stand. Hedo from LG. I must address the elephant in the room. And this elephant in the room comes about because the LG reunion is in the making. And with the LG reunion being in the making, I've had people from LG question me like, okay, Mikey manned up, Mikey apologizing, you and Mikey gonna work things out. You and Mikey gonna get on the public platform, which is the Real Big Food Podcast, if you don't know. Shout out to my sponsors, you know what I'm saying, Angels Helping Hands, as well as After 9 Bar and Lounge in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm gonna shout out my sponsors. But we're gonna get on this public platform known as the Real Big Food Podcast and hash things out. So people back home in LG been questioning me all day today. What about Hedo? What about Hedo? Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, son. You gotta leave some people where they stand, son. Everybody can't always go with you when you go. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to Hedo, man, I'm gonna speak from my heart. I'm gonna be real about it. I don't care whose feelings is hurt. I don't care who has an opinion about what I have to say. Because Hedo was my friend. And when you get backbitten and backstabbed by a friend, it ain't your fault, bro. That's just a grimy motherfucker. So I'm going to speak my piece when it comes to Hedo. When it comes to Hedo from LG, he not that fat, jolly, laughing, smiling, joking, cool motherfucker he pretend to be, or that some of y'all think he may be. Hedo is a spineless, coward and shell of a man. I said it. I didn't fuck with Hedo because he was a name brand nigga. I didn't fuck with Hedo because he was a live wire. I didn't fuck with Hedo because he was getting bread. I didn't fuck with Hedo for none of those reasons whatsoever. I fucked with Hedo because I genuinely liked him and I thought we bonded, built a friendship, and became family. When I say family, I mean sleeping in each other's homes, vacationing on my dime, although that nigga tried to take a shot and say on my wife dime. But what you need to know is this. What type of man would I be to ask my wife to spend her money on another nigga? Or, like, come on, son. And what the fuck is you thinking? That my wife like you that much that she would spend her money on you anytime you vacationed with me? And I'm not, and it was numerous times in different states. Like I balled out with you, nigga. I was on my dime. And I thought you was my friend, my nigga. And you snaked me. Not only did you stake me, you disrespect my wife. I know some people, but you call his wife a drunk. Yeah, but see, I waited a year and some change to say that. And I'm saying this because today Mikey was like, damn, son, I'm trying to play the tape back. Like, why and when the fuck did we fall out? So I had to play the tape back too. And when me and Mikey on the platform, I'm going to replay the tape for him. But I'm going to play the tape for y'all right now because we talking about Hedo. Me and Mikey, our fallout started to bubble the summer he went to Miami for his birthday and came back and was like, yo, I don't want to do the LG story no more. The fuck you mean you don't want to do the LG story, son? You fuck you mean? Yo, I was talking to my people in Miami. Nah, you supposed to talk to me. So that created our tension. That created the tension with me and Mikey. And things went left, you know what I'm saying? Shit started to happen when that shit was in the air with me and Mikey. And I will never forget the day, man. I'm going to play the tape back for you. I will never forget the day, man. It was a fight night. I was at a fight party at Brooklyn Morehouse. And Mikey and Hedo was in Brooklyn at the fight at the Barclay. It was the first night. The broad jumped on the ops platform and went crazy. And she rattled them niggas. It is what it is. I'm telling y'all that, and I'm going to tell Mikey that when I speak to him on the camera like that's my opinion. She rattled y'all niggas. And when she rattled y'all niggas, Hedo, supposed to be my brother, my friend, my whatever, he's the one who backdoored me. That night, he began feeding Mikey false narratives about Big Fruit. And the very first false narrative he put out there was, I put my hands on my wife at his home. Straight lied on me, son. Then they ran with the narrative I was a woman beater. I already had the accidental shooting with the female, so it was easy for people to grasp on that shit. Like, yeah, he be beating on chicks. He beat his wife up just like he did his victim. It was easy for people to grasp that, knowing it was a lie. He started that, and then it was a toss up between. Nah, I ain't said. My girl said it. Whoever said it, nigga, you supposed to be the man of the house. You supposed to regulate that. Yo, what the fuck is y'all talking about? Food ain't do no shit like that. Wow, and you didn't do that. You let it go. You let it go, son. You let it go. So you created that shit. And I can never forgive you for that, bro. Because you lied on me, said I put my hands on my wife. No man or woman that's ever been around me and the queen has ever seen us get physical with one another. No one has ever seen that, my nigga. Why you the only nigga in the world who's seen that? The only nigga in the world who's seen that, son. It's okay, and I can't forgive that, son. And like I said, I waited over a year before I said something to him on social media where I dragged him and his woman. And I did that simply because I waited a whole year for that nigga to hit my phone, son, and do what Mikey did. And do what Mikey did. He let Mikey beat him to the punch. Although he couldn't have came back because he did more shit, and I'm gonna get to that. But he let Mikey beat him to the punch. That goes to show how spineless and how much of a coward he is. He couldn't say, yo, you know what, I was wrong too. He's hoping and banking that Mikey patch shit up, Mikey get right with Fruit, and he slipped through the back door. Nah, nigga. Checkmate, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You heard what Hov said. Niggas wasn't playing their day role. You know what I'm saying? So we got to part ways, my nigga. Real talk. Because you are not a good friend. You know what I'm saying? You won't fight for yourself. You won't fight for your woman. And you won't fight for me as your friend. So what do I get out of fucking with you? So I don't have to forgive you. I don't have to listen to you. I don't have to fuck with you. None of that. I don't have to hear you out. None of that. Because you crossed the line. And a year later, when I finally decided to let me toss this nigga up, because he ain't get away with that shit. When I did go at him and I spoke my truths, that's another thing, son. I ain't never lied on nobody, son. Yeah, I dragged him. Yeah, I talked crazy about his woman, but everything I said was the truth. And what he did was he tried to be like Mikey. That's another thing with that nigga, son. He's a follower and a groupie. That's why I don't respect him as a man. But he tried to be like Mikey, fight me on social media, all in the comments and shit, saying foul, nasty, false shit about my wife. He was lying. See, that's what I never liked. Fight fair. Although you're not supposed to fight fair, niggas fight dirty. But these niggas was fighting dirty. Every blow they swung was a lie. They had to create lies. They had to group up together to fight me. And I don't respect that nigga. So I'm addressing the elephant in the room for those that's questioning what about Hedo. Hedo is a rap. Hedo took it a little too far. When he tried to fight me on social media, the things he was saying out his mouth, unforgivable. And listen, man, we as men, as a man, you know when you say or do something to another man that it ain't no coming back from that. You know when you do shit like that. Just like you know when a nigga do it to you. Like I know it's certain shit I can't say or do to a combat. It's a fallout. Ain't no bouncing back, and we might get busy. I know that. So I wouldn't say or do certain shit. And I hope and pray motherfuckers know that about me as well, and they wouldn't say or do certain shit. That nigga there, nah, son. He said the wrong things. And then when I checked him about it, I sent shots at him. Because I'm telling you, son, that's another thing I'm gonna address. I sent niggas at him. Yo, nah, that ain't me. Somebody got a fake page with my name on it. Once again, being spineless, being a coward. So you're not that cool, nigga, everybody. Oh, the fat head, yo, Hedo. You're a groupie. You're a groupie. You're on every scene and every set because somebody's bringing you, not because niggas is checking for you. You was on every scene and every set with me because I was bringing you in the presence of good motherfuckers. And just recently, Mikey might have brung you in the presence of all those good motherfuckers. Shout out to Shabon, Tut, Miz, and the twin, Ron Duke. Van Dyke, y'all know what it is. When you found yourself in that room full of vultures, you came to the realization, damn, this nigga Fruit reaches pretty long. This nigga Fruit reaches pretty long. And it ain't no running from me. It ain't no hiding from me. And it's a great possibility you're going to walk in a room being a groupie, trying to be on every scene and every set. You're going to walk in a room and I'm going to be in that room, my nigga. And don't wait till then to apologize. You should have been did that, son. You're going to wait till you see me. Yo, I'm going to talk to you. Nah, nigga. Throw your dick beaters up. Straight jacket, son. I'm just being real with you, son. You disrespect the queen. You disrespect the woman that's going to bury me. Are you insane? You don't disrespect the woman who bring me into this world, and you don't disrespect the woman who's going to put me in the ground. You're bugging, my nigga. I don't forgive you. Nah, I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. And when this LG reunion bubble, I don't look forward to you being a part of it. No way whatsoever, my brother. I'm just being real with you. You crossed the line that you can't come back from. And another thing, man, you were so greasy and grimy when you were supposed to be my brother and my friend. The whole time we was dealing with each other, my nigga, you was calling Keisha. You had me on three-way phone calls with her. And you was telling her my life story, every move I was making, everything I was doing. Because I was dumb enough to share things with you. But you was sharing them with her the whole time, my nigga. You're not a good friend, Hedo. You're a dirtbag. You're a real dirtbag, son. You're a dirtbag. You're a dirtbag. But dirtbags deserve one another. And that's why you was rocking with her. Because she was a dirtbag. And she proved it to y'all. She flipped on y'all, didn't she? Yeah, she flipped on y'all, blocked y'all niggas, cursed y'all niggas out, all types of shit. But what was you thinking? We known them all our life. That's what they do. Name a nigga you know that got something good to say about them bros. What did you expect? What you thought y'all niggas was special? Thought y'all niggas was different? She wasn't gonna do that? Nigga, please. Yeah, son. You's a dirtbag. And you need to stay over there, son. You need to stay over there. So it ain't no apologizing. It ain't no rectifying it. Because one, you waited too long. And two, you took it too far. When you were supposed to be my family, that's why it hurt the most with you. You were supposed to be family, nigga. Broke bread, spent night in each other's house, vacation and shit like that. In and out of hospitals for my wife. Like, yo, son, is you crazy how you flip? Because you got rattled by this scandalous bra, son. And she was crashing out. Remy learned from her. All that shit Remy doing right now from the Papoose, that's what homegirl was doing to me. But y'all feel sorry for Papoose. Y'all ain't feel sorry for Big Fruit. Y'all ain't give a fuck. Y'all was like, fuck that nigga. But she was crashing out the same way, son. Just like Remy was going crazy because Clarissa, homegirl was going crazy because of the queen. That's all that was. And I kept telling y'all. And this stupid ass nigga, Hedo. Oh my God, son. I remember there came a time in our relationship where he used to say, yo, man, Sonny don't like me no more. It wasn't that she didn't like you. She didn't trust you. And she didn't respect you. You got to remember, you had a woman, son. And women share shit. So every time you fucked up, every time you dropped the ball, every time you played yourself, your woman shared that with Sonny. So Sonny looking at you like you crazy. That's what it was. It wasn't that she didn't like you. She didn't respect you no more. She didn't respect you no more, son. And sure enough, like she said, you better watch that nigga. You snaked me, my nigga. You snaked me. There ain't no bouncing back from that shit, son. We done did all types of shit together, son. Vacation in different states, different hotels, couples trips, all types of shit, son. This one was my brother. This nigga was my man. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, son. It's all good. Then you got Mikey, you had Mikey screaming, yo, that nigga jealous of Jay. And I was hurt when he said that because you know the fallout me and Jay had. You was sitting right there when that nigga blocked you, me, Sonny, your woman, everybody. He just blocked everybody for no reason. So why would you feed Mikey that shit? Because Mikey told me, yo, food, I don't know shit. I ain't got no crystal ball. Niggas feed me the information. I was repeating it. So that came from you. That came from Hedo. And I'm like, damn, son, you know I ain't jealous of that nigga. I'm doing me. I'm minding my business. That nigga pocket watching me. He flipped on me. You know that because he flipped on you and you was mad. But you bounced it and flipped it when you got with Mikey. Anything that sounds salacious, anything that sounds disrespectful, anything that sounds rude and demeaning, y'all threw it out there. And you was responsible for a lot of that shit, son, and you was my brother. You know what I'm saying? You was my brother, son. So I don't want to forgive you. And the queen is not forgiving you, son. And I'm not fighting with her over you. That'll never happen. You know what I'm saying? She's not forgiving you. You know what I'm saying? And here it is. You know what I'm saying? My wife had brain surgery and all that crazy shit. You ain't even had the decency to reach out to a nigga like, yo, son, I know we beef and I know we don't get along, son, but I wish your wife well. You wasn't even man enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't even man enough to do that. My wife was fighting for her life with brain surgery. They cut her skull open, nigga. You wasn't even man enough to say, yo, fruit, ooh. I know we ain't speaking and all that shit, but I want to wish your wife well. You wasn't man enough to do that. And that shit hurt her as well. That shit hurt her. Like, damn, they ain't even have the decency, him or his girl. Yeah, because they dirt bags. Because they dirt bags. You feel what I'm saying? But y'all know what it is. I had to come through and address the elephant in the room, son, because I'm not going to keep reading these questions about what's up with Hedo. And like I said, man, he's a dirtbag. And I ain't forget that slick shit with Shoe Shine. Rest in peace, big homie. I ain't forget that slick shit when Shoe passed and a nigga from Marcy who Shoe had an old beef with. The nigga was talking crazy on YouTube and Instagram, and you was liking comments and LOL shit. Like, yeah. Then you was removing your comments because I was running down on niggas. Yo, check that nigga. I was running down on niggas. You removed your comments. I ain't forget that neither, son. Like, you's a real creep. You's a real coward. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you're a shell of a man. You're a spineless coward. And I don't respect you on no level. And I kept telling you, you ain't never had a beef with a nigga like me. I don't know what type of niggas you grew up fighting with in high school, because you ain't had too many fights in LG, in high school or in Pennsylvania or in the Jersey jails. And I don't know about all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I do know one thing. You ain't never had a beef with a nigga like me. You know what I'm saying? But you got one now because you invited this shit, son. The day you snaked me and said this nigga don't mean shit to me, and you ran with all that, yo, he beat his wife up, yo, all that crazy shit that came from you, you started a beef, nigga. And I'm finishing it. Son. Because to this day, I can't wrap my brain around what did I do to y'all niggas to allow her to rattle y'all and y'all to flip on me. She couldn't have did that to me for y'all. Like, what bitch? This bitch bugging, son. She not doing that to the homie. Like, nah, son. She couldn't have did that to me. She couldn't have rattled me to have me flip on one of y'all niggas. Yo, we different, son. We different. We are totally different, son. Real talk. So there you have it, man. I don't look forward to addressing anything or with Hedo. I don't look forward to forgiving him, hearing him out, reconciling with him, being in the same room with him, unless we shaking out. You know what I'm saying? Nah, no way whatsoever, son. He crossed the line that you don't cross. He know the things he said out his mouth. He know the things he typed for niggas to read and disrespect my wife. He know. He know, son. He know. And I wouldn't even be mad if the shit was true. The fact that the shit is lies, that makes it even worse, my nigga. You had to say that? You had to lie and say that to fight me, son? Nah, you's a sucker. You's a sucker. Why you couldn't speak truth to power? You know what I'm saying? You couldn't speak truth to power and shit on the Sonny, not on the queen. Nah, because she holds her head up high every day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proof. I'm proof of that. She built me into a better man. You know what I'm saying? And here it is. Yo, fat, nasty ass try to disrespect my wife, son. Nah, son. I will never forgive you. I will never, ever forgive you, son. Make sure you understand that. So, you better off not sending nobody to talk to me, try to inquire about you. You know what I'm saying? I give it to Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Mikey, he did inquire, but once I shut that shit down, he left it alone. Mikey focused on himself and I. He ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got nothing to do with that. So, Hedo, you a rat, my nigga. Don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you was gonna slide through the back door once everything got right with me and Mikey. Nah. You know what I'm saying? You serve no purpose to me. I just told you, you're a spineless coward shell of a man. You won't fight for yourself. You won't fight for your woman. And you damn sure won't fight for me as your friend. You proved that. So what the fuck do I get out of dealing with you? Absolutely nothing. You don't bring nothing to the table. You don't bring nothing to the table. You ain't got no hustle in you. You ain't got the bag. You living off your woman. You know what I'm saying? You're a liability, nigga. You always have been, and you always will be. You damn near 60 years old, and you're a liability. You know what I'm saying? You on every scene and set being a groupie, hugging on niggas you don't even know, taking pictures, just to say you was there. Nigga, you damn near 60. You bugging. Fucking groupie. Yo, I remember one time I took that nigga with me to Brooklyn, man. That nigga embarrassed me, man. I would fuck that nigga up, son. Shout out to Casino Mike. That's when they had threads popping on Notion and Clifton, the little clothing store. I pulled up. Casino was like, "Yo, pull up, son." Me, wifey, and my son pulled up. I had this nigga with me. You know, he with me on every scene, every set. He was with me. I was like, "Yo, it's early in the morning." So he's, "Man, fuck that. I'm gonna call my manager right now. She gonna open the store just for you." Casino open the store. Yo, grab what you want. Grab what I want. Now my wife got some class. My wife went and grabbed a t-shirt. Said, "I'm good." Some class. She ain't rack up on shit. She went and grabbed her a t-shirt. Yo, we good. I turned around. This nigga Hedo got Casino Mike in the corner introducing himself. Yo, I'm Hedo. Yo, man, I heard so much about you, man. I always wanted to meet you. And I'm watching this shit out of my peripheral going, if this nigga don't stop embarrassing me with this groupie shit, man, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up, son. You a groupie, son. That's who you are. That's who you are. You such a groupie. You know what I'm saying? But you damn near 60 and you need to stop, son. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna wear that ass out every time I get. I'm gonna wear you out every time I get, son. You know what I'm saying? Because you's a bozo and you disrespect the queen. And this is another thing, son. You know me, Hedo. You was my family. You know how I feel about the queen. You know I will take a nigga head off over the queen. You know I don't play when it come to my wife. You know that. And you still went there. You let me know you want the smoke. You let me know you want the business. It's lit. It's lit. Like I said, you ain't never had a beef with a nigga like me, son. Nah. Yeah. And keep rolling up in the room full of vultures, son. You ain't gonna know where it's coming from. I bet you was in that room like, oh, shit. Yeah. 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 Keep rolling. Keep trying to be on every scene and every set, rolling up in the room full of vultures. And you ain't had no business there because you ain't making no moves. You ain't being productive. You ain't putting no work in the community. You ain't building bridges. You ain't doing nothing them niggas was doing. So you ain't had no business amongst them niggas. You didn't. You ain't have nothing to offer. You was just sitting there, word, no doubt. You big dummy. You ain't have nothing to offer to them conversations. You know what I'm saying? You damn sure ain't have a bag to say, I can invest in something. You was just there being a groupie, nigga. But you was in a room full of vultures, son. And that room got real small, real quick. I bet you. I bet you. But listen, man, y'all know how I do, man. I come through 6 minutes, Dougie. I say what it is and say what it ain't. I had to address this elephant in the room because the LG reunion is in the making. And I don't want no misunderstandings. I want to be transparent. I want to let the people know how I feel. And I want everybody to know what it is and what it ain't. Either we gonna move forward or we not. But that right there, Hedo, he's a rizzy. He's a rap. He's a rap. You know what I'm saying? Like Ho said, niggas wasn't playing their day roles, so we got to split roles. You know what I'm saying? We got to split up. We got to go different ways, man. You know what I'm saying? He just lost one. Straight jacket. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no bouncing back from that. And on that note, I'm your boy Big Fruit. And I want to sign off by saying free boxing bar. Yeah, homie. Free boxing bar, man. He's been recently convicted on all 7 counts. He's looking at a sentencing in August, man. I'm going to stay tapped in on that, and I'm going to keep y'all abreast of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That is the homie. You know what I'm saying? We gave y'all that adolescent drama with him and Mano, but at the end of the day, Mano don't wish no shit like that on him. Me and Mano had a conversation today, and Mano was like, damn. Like, nigga, that's where a nigga life end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, y'all can say what y'all want, but we all human. We all have feelings, you know what I'm saying? And nobody want to see a nigga sitting in the can for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? Forever today. We don't wish that on nobody. So once again, free boxing ball. You know, on that note, I'm your boy Big Fruit. I'm gonna get up out of here. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Salute. Free Mo Dog.